Welcome to GunZ Academy. I'm HDK, and today we're going to talk about keybinds for GunZ the Duel. It's no secret that GunZ is a demanding game. It can be intimidating when you're just starting out because the barrier to entry is high, but we can try to help lower that. While there are no keybinds that will make you a pro overnight, finding the right keybinds can help get you up to speed a bit faster. Switching your keybinds from the default settings can also help avoid some potential wrist and hand pains that GunZ is notorious for. It's still important to practice good posture and to take breaks though, especially when just starting out. So, what keybinds should you use? Well, you may not like the answer I have for you. There is no general consensus for what the best keybinds are. Some people have very strong opinions on it, but the fact of the matter is that lots of players are successful using a wide array of key bindings. I can guarantee you that in this video, there will be key bindings that we don't include, just because it's impossible to cover them all. It all comes down to personal preference and opinion. Some crazy people even play on default controls. What's important is that the controls feel good and make sense to you. Before we get to the keybinds, let's discuss some of the actions that can be bound. Alternate fire is right-click by default, and it's used with melee weapons to flip with a katana or lunge with a dagger, as well as wall hang while in midair. A lot of people just call this flip when talking about keybinds. Defense is another name for block, which is left shift by default. The default order of your equipment is sword, weapon 1, weapon 2, item 1, and item 2. Next weapon and previous weapon scroll through these slots in order. There's an option to remove the items, like medkits, from this rotation so that it only includes your sword and 2 guns. On FXP, this option is called No Specials. Now, I hear you saying, no, but really, what keybind should I use? Well, the default settings tend to overload one hand. Your left hand has to move, jump, block, reload, pull out guns, pull out sword, and pull out medkits, while your right hand has to attack, flip, and aim. It makes sense to balance these out. There's an argument to be had that aiming is the biggest responsibility there is, so it's not as imbalanced as it might seem, but that's hard to quantify. In an effort to balance out the inputs across both hands, many players turn to putting a couple more actions on their mouse buttons. The scroll wheel, side mouse buttons, middle mouse button, and right click are all often used to make playing GunZ just a little less demanding. Switching to your sword, reloading, and switching directly to your weapons are common binds GunZ players might assign to their mouse. If nothing else, we highly recommend binding something to your middle mouse button and side mouse buttons, since normally those have no keybinds at all. Now we're going to take a look at some keybinds of some prominent players and creators, as well as what we here at GunZ Academy use. First up, top player and popular streamer Rain uses these binds. Insta-kill specialist and all-around top lad Acerized uses these binds. Cosine, a strong player, streamer, and FXP admin, uses these binds. Kiltro, a very special boy and the editor of this video, uses this unique setup with arrow keys. Pinwheel, another GunZ Academy editor, uses these keybinds. And I'm a bit biased, but I think my own keybinds are pretty nice. So there you have it, several keybinds to choose from. This is where experimentation comes into play. The only way to know what's right for you is to try stuff out and see how it feels. But also, don't get too obsessed with trying to be unique or different. A lot of these keybinds are popular because they are effective. Hopefully you took some useful information away from this video, and throw us a like if so. Subscribe for more, tell your friends, and now it's time to hit the training room with your new keybinds.